If you're not early, you're late.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
That's my radio voice, in case you didn't know.
You got a voice for radio, baby.
Got a face for radio, too.
Welcome to the cabin.
Yes, we are obviously not in the RV right now. It's right out there.
Somewhere outside there. Yeah. How's everybody doing?
And if you're trying to answer us in the chat and you can't, you have to be subscribed for at least 1 minute. I don't know why I put it to 1 minute. It seemed like a good number.
Oh,
but
gosh.
yeah, so if you're not subscribed, please subscribe anyway. Also, please give us a thumbs up. Kind of get that momentum going, get some people in here.
You can give us a thumbs up in this chat window, but what we prefer is a thumbs up as the like button.
Yeah.
Also, I know we're just getting started, but we want to start off by thanking our moderators who are on right now. Mm-hmm. We have our friends from our epic field trip. Of course, we've got Phil and Stacy. Today is Sunday. Mm-hmm. We have Howard and Caitlin from New State Nomads. You guys, if you haven't been following them, you should go ahead and give them a follow. Go and subscribe because they're doing something super cool this year.
Mm-hmm. We'll have some links down below, but super cool or super crazy?
Well, it's crazy for me, but I think it's awesome, and they'll be a great resource for national parks for you guys. They're doing 48 national parks.
I thought it was 51.
51 national parks.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to come short.
Yeah, 51 national parks this year, in 1 year.
That's
so
insanity.
Go check them out. And we also have our awesome VA, Chris, who is in the chat as well. And I see Venturesome Couple is on. So Venturesome Couple, hey guys, thanks for coming on.
How's it going? We also, of course, want to thank our members. If you're not familiar with, we do have an Inside Lane membership. We haven't really promoted it much. It's just kind of a...
That's because we don't... There's nothing really there.
Yeah, we're not really doing much.
I mean,
but once we get to, I've been saying the whole time, once we get to 100 members, I'm going to fire up a Discord, and we're going to connect the Discord so we'll be able to go on there and chat. And then hopefully later this summer, if we can get get ahead of the game a little bit, we're going to add some tiers and add some more benefits. And we'll be reaching out to our members to see what those benefits should be.
Yes. So stay tuned for that.
Let's see here.
So, like normal, we're going to just continue with some updates, fill you in on what we've been up to. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of really good questions from our social media posts from this week. If you don't follow us on Facebook or Instagram, I would suggest following us on both, but at least one or the other, because we always ask for your questions ahead of time, mm-hmm. and that gives us a chance to make sure that, well, yes, but only because the chat window goes by so fast, and when we are so busy chatting with you guys on camera, it's hard for us to watch the chat. I was going to say, I will be looking down, so if you see me looking down, it's just because I'm checking with our moderators to see if there are any questions that we need to be answering.
Yeah, we will try to, if we have time at the end, we will try to get to some of the questions in the chat, so do go ahead and post them there. Also, we didn't talk about the giveaways. We have 5 giveaways. Of course, we're going to make you wait a little bit for those. We got to build up the anticipation. But we have 5 cool giveaways, so we're going to get to those. But what about updates? We've had a lot going on already this year. We both got COVID.
Well, so first time, we've been very fortunate to not have a COVID experience yet until now. Chad took his girls to Hollywood Studios right before we left Florida to come back to the cabin. But I went to Disney and all I got was this t-shirt and COVID. I didn't go, but I still got it. So he got sick a few days after that, and then I got sick a few days after him. He was under the weather for a few days. I was sick for a good 10, which isn't a surprise, with my immune system. So that was a miserable experience, and I don't ever want to have to go through that again. Mm-hmm. That was awful.
So and as you can see, we are at the cabin. We are still going to be traveling most of the time, but this cabin is kind of allowing us to pivot. Also, Tara is getting some treatments. For those of you who don't know, she has Lyme disease and a bunch of co-infections, and she's battling all that stuff.
Yeah, it's been a 10-year battle up to this point, and everything I've done so far has not worked, unfortunately. I mean, I spent 9 months of my life before RV life with a port in my chest, and I got IV antibiotics and medications for, I think I was getting IVs about 6 hours a day, every day for 9 months, and I still have these infections live and active in my body. So we're trying something new. I'm trying something that's for short, it's called SOT. I have to read it because I can never remember what
I can't
stands
even
for.
read it. I'll be
right?
like, "Ah, no."
Supportive oleonucleotide therapy, and it's a really cool treatment. It sounds really cool. The science sounds really promising, the science behind it. And it started as a cancer treatment. And basically what it does is it stops the virus or bacteria from replicating and growing, and therefore it dies off. And what they do is this laboratory in Greece actually gets your blood, and they formulate these specialized like RNA to target the current DNA of the bacteria. So
it's wild.
it's a
Hopefully it'll be
crazy
good.
thing, and I can't tell you if it's made me feel better. I've had one treatment for one infection so far, but I have about 18 infections in my body, so there's a lot of work to do. And so a lot of you have reached out to me like, I'd love to know more about this treatment. It's nothing that I can recommend or promote yet. You know, we just have to wait and see because it takes up to 6 months for it to.
Check back next year.
Yeah, of course I will keep updating you
Yeah.
guys, but enough about the
Yeah.
boring sick stuff.
I'm sure a lot of you might want to know some updates on the 410TH, the Momentum 410. It's coming along very nicely. We were down traveling through Florida over the winter, so we got all the kinks worked out and broken in and tried to get moved in. It's more difficult than I thought. When you live in an RV for 5 years and you jam everything in all the nooks and crannies and you take it all out and go put it in a new RV, it takes a bit to get all the nooks and crannies realigned.
Yeah, but I mean, we are loving it. It's so spacious inside. It's been great having that larger bathroom has been awesome. It's just there's a lot of familiarity in it because the bedroom's set up the same and it still feels the same, but totally different.
But then
all
I
the same
walk through
time.
that bathroom and I walk into the living room and I can't tell you how many times I would go out there. I was like, this is freaking huge. So yeah, we're excited about it. I got a lot of projects I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm in the middle of the internet right now. Power updates, got Hughes Watchdog and autoformers. What's that thing called with the water filter system. I'm going to have all that installed. I want to get that all done before we head out on the road in a few weeks. So be looking for those videos.
And we do have plans to film, hopefully soon, a whole walkthrough tour of our 410 so you can see how we've gotten it set up and how we utilize the space up to this point. Of course, like our Momentum 397, living in it for a few years, things changed and we did an updated tour because we made modifications and changes. So things are always going to change, but it's so
want
far
to get at least moved in, get the pictures on, get settled, get used to it so we can talk to it with some knowledge versus just what we designed.
Yeah. And then we did have a long conversation, a conference call with the design team for the Momentum brand just last week. And so they're constantly keeping us updated on what's going on, what's been changed. Because if you saw that video, is it time to talk about that?
What's that?
The one about how, like, the updates to the production model and what's been updated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
If you saw that video where we explained not everything was perfect for us, not everything was exactly
control
the way we
panels
wanted
and the
it.
long wall. That
Yeah,
kind of
they
stuff.
have been working on all of that, and there's quite a few things that are now actually being produced in production. So it's great. We've got they made that coffee bar like bigger, wider. They made the pantry shelves wider. That cork board right when you walk in the front door has been removed. There are still our coat hooks, but I am so happy that wall is empty, and it might look a little strange when you walk in because it's just an empty wall, but ladies, we can do a lot with an empty wall in an RV. It's very rare to have an open wall, so you can do whatever you want for that wall, and to me that's exciting.
And guys, we can just go, it's an empty wall.
Yeah, and then of course the one control panel was moved to a much better location now, so that's done. The redundant switches were moved next to the door.
Yeah.
Right? And then one thing that I don't think we'd even realized when we did that video yet was the smoke detector in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
There's a smoke detector in the bathroom, and when you have both doors shut and you take a hot, steamy shower, that smoke detector went off.
Because it's right next to the shower. So we've had a couple of instances. If you saw our Ring video our Ring alarm system, we have that connected to our alarm. So our entire alarm system goes off whenever they're thinking there's a fire.
So they've moved that. So that's great news. And so what's awesome about all of that, you guys, is that they listen to our feedback and they're making the changes. And so all of that's great. And again, we'll continue to keep you updated.
And the only other update before we get into the Q&A is we're working on some new Changing Lanes merch.
Oh, I'm so excited. We're finally going to have some Changing Lanes hats.
I mean, we've had some shirts and stuff, but it's just been real basic with the logo. We're going to get some better stuff, have some hats like this with patches and stuff.
In fact, the same company that does all of the merchandise for Grand Design, so if you're a Grand Design owner and you've seen some of the merch, it's
stuff.
Really good. We're working with them. So that's St. Andrew's products, and we are working with them to design some things and some new hats. And of course, as soon as we get those in our store, we will let you guys know.
Yeah, follow us on social media for that stuff.
Very excited.
Ready to jump into some Q&A? We're good. We're doing good. We're 10 minutes in.
That's it?
And we're only 10 minutes in.
Did we show Daisy?
Oh, Daisy has to say hi.
Oh.
Daisy was supposed to get a bath. We do this every time. Every time. Daisy's dirty.
I love you. I love you. Yes, I do.
No.
Say hi.
All right, so let me bring up the right screen
I just
here.
got sidetracked with the cute dog. Again, thank you again to our awesome moderators. Phil and Stacy are in the house. I saw a venturesome couple on here. We've got New State Nomads, Howard and Caitlin. They're doing the 51 national parks this year, so give them a follow. We've got our friends from Our Epic Field Trip. They're all in the chat room, and they are working as our bouncers, so if anybody gets unruly.
Talking to you. All right, so first question comes from Chris Martone, who is a channel member, as you can see by the little star on there.
Thank you, Chris.
I would be curious to know if the maintenance specific to the IS, and if the 450 feels any different handling the 410 versus the 397, and also the Conti Continental tires. It doesn't feel any different towing. I mean, it's only like 1.5 feet longer. The maintenance on the IS is really basic. Obviously, it's a hub, so you've got a hub with grease, and you got to pack that stuff. It doesn't have the Easy Lube. We have a question coming up about that. But it does also have a Zerk fitting on the bottom of it to grease the main rotation piece, and that's it. There's really nothing else to it. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, and the great news, if you haven't heard, Moride and Grand Design are partnering up now, so getting the IS is an option for, like, if you do a factory order.
For a Solitude
right now, and hopefully very soon. They are working on getting that for Momentum as well, so very soon.
They're prototyping it now.
As soon as that is available, we will let you guys know. But that's exciting, because a lot of you have asked, like, oh, it'd be so great if we could order a Momentum with the IS. It's coming.
Because that's a pain, having to take it back up there and get it installed. I mean, they do a great job, but it'd be so cool to just order it. Next up, also from a member, from Gary Forsyth. Has Grand Design ever considered using the bunk area as a storage area? I'd rather have a sliding area. It's kind of funny you say that, because we put a poll up not too long ago, and these are the results. We had 755 people respond. 12% of those actually use it as a bunk, and the other 85% use it as storage. And apparently 3% just leave it full of air and don't use it at all.
I mean, I think that's really great feedback. So Grand Design has that feedback, and we'll see what they do with that. But
I may try to build a sliding door. I've seen a few people put some plywood and a couple of tracks and just build a sliding door there. So I'm going to do that. But it would be cool to have that same type of access on the garage side. I don't know how it would work with the TV and stuff there. That might be a little funky. But it'd be cool to have access to all that storage up there. I recommend putting light stuff up there, blankets, empty luggage, pillows, stuff like that. You don't want to store all your tools up there. It's kind of top heavy like that.
Wow, we're getting a whole bunch of good questions coming in. You guys rock.
Next up, from Donna Perryman. What editing software do you use, and how do you put the video together when you've had several cameras? Speaking of several cameras, we have we use about 5
on the bike.
On the bike,
yeah. On the motorcycle ride footage, that's probably the hardest stuff for me to edit, because we've got a bunch of different cameras mounted. But there are tricks in editing, and I use Final Cut. He's been working in Final Cut too, so that's been great, giving me a little bit of help, so it's awesome.
Yeah, matter of fact, the last couple of how-tos, I edited.
I have seen a couple of super stickers come in, but RV Couple, thank you so much.
Let's super.
That is amazing.
Oh, we got Josh Super Duty. Hold on.
We've got Gold Slinger, Gold Slinger, thank you so much for your super sticker. And RV couple.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Wow.
Wow, $50. Thank you so much. It's very generous of you.
That's very awesome. Thank you. And so we were talking about, I've already lost
What
track.
I was going to say about that, we had a couple of questions about what editing software we use,
yeah.
things like that. A great resource for that or any other question about our content is if you go to our webpage, we have an FAQ section. So just click on FAQs and you'll see down at the bottom, there's a whole bunch, as you can see.
Yeah.
As you get down to the bottom, there's a whole bunch that are under the changing lane section. So here we have a whole bunch of stuff about what editing software do you use. So there it is. We use Final Cut. What do we do? Yada, yada, yada. But that is definitely a good resource. So go to our site. You could also search up here. So I just search on, I typed it right the first time. Boom. There you go. So be sure to check out our website and you can use that for
Yeah,
those
it really was a labor of love to put so many FAQs in there.
Oh, and we're always adding to it.
Yeah.
If we get a question more than a few times, we pop it in there. And I forgot where
It's often a lot
we
faster
were
for you to just check our website and do an FAQ search than sending us an email, especially for something that is maybe somewhat a little bit more of a common question because, our emails pile up and we get busy and we get sick and stuff like that. So check there first.
When you got your new rig, did you get a 12-volt refrigerator and did you need an upgraded battery charger in your fifth wheel for the 12-volt DC refrigerator? So two-part question. The first part, no, we did not.
Finally.
We didn't get it. We have a residential fridge, but since we got ours, they are now doing the 12-volt refrigerator, and it's not the three-ways. We're not talking about 12-volt propane. We're talking about a 12-volt true compressor refrigerator. I don't know if it has an ice maker or not, but that's what they're going to now standard. And since it comes in the RV, you're not going to need anything different as far as power. Now, Grand Design is working on some lithium options that they'll have available soon, so you will be able to get some lithium upgrades. But if you get one that has the stock battery in it, you'll probably want a little bit better battery so that you can run it while you travel.
You know what? I wanted to backtrack before we get into the next question.
Next cue?
The next cue. When we were talking about our merch store, I totally wanted to ask you guys what you would like to see in there. Like, do you want different t-shirt designs? Obviously, we're going to do some different types of hats, but just let us know what you would like to see.
Yeah.
And we'll check it out.
Sweatshirts, hats, mugs, stickers, the usual stuff is what we're thinking. So, Next cue. Do you stock up your camper with all your groceries before reaching the destination, or do you shop when you get there?
This is a new one for us because for 5 years we lived full time in it, so there was no stocking up really. It was just that was just our home.
Yeah.
And so now that we take some breaks and go to the cabin, the last couple of times we didn't really stock up on groceries and then head out, but we did, when we got to Florida, when we got to the Tampa area, we did get groceries before we went down to the Keys because that's a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit, it depends on, I think, where we're going, where we're headed. Because, when you're in the mountains, there's not necessarily a whole lot of groceries nearby. So it's not as easy maybe to stock up on groceries. But we don't have some defined methods yet on that.
Yeah, we're still working the kinks out of that this whole get up and go process. What we're trying to do, just as a general overall picture, is when we get ready to leave the cabin and get in the RV, I want to take my wallet and keys and my phone and just kind of go. Well, we've got dual office setups. We've got everything duplicated. We need some chairs. But the idea is we take our clothes, obviously. We're not going to have two sets of clothes. So clothes and wallet, like we're going on a trip.
We can't have two sets of clothes?
Well, I guess we could.
I'm just kidding.
I need it.
I don't want that. I don't want that. Hey, Terry Manning, just to respond, we are definitely going to do some changing lanes ponytail hats.
Oh, yes. That was definitely in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Second part of the question, when you're at a campsite, do you ever have a campfire and relax? And how much water do you carry when traveling? Question number 2 is not as much as we used to because
what is relaxing?
Yeah, but we're working on that. We're trying to get our lives kind of nailed down here so that we can spend more time relaxing. And yes, because we love campfires. I love beer. What more do you want?
I mean, I got tea.
And as far as water when we're traveling, It depends on what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going on a 2-day journey to get somewhere, I will usually put about 50 gallons in. That's usually enough for traveling, bathroom, overnight, maybe a shower or two, and then the next day traveling. And 50 gallons is a pretty good round number.
Mm-hmm.
If we're only going a short distance, I won't worry about it.
I mean, if we're boondocking, we fill it up.
If we're going to boondock, yeah. So again, it depends on where you're going. If you're going to a boondocking location, fill that thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're going, there's a lot of factors involved. Let's see here.
Somebody wants a Daisy t-shirt. That could be fun.
Oh, a little tiny t-shirt
I wonder
for
how we
Daisy.
could make that.
Oh, like a little her face on there?
I love it.
From Lena K. Speaking of Daisy,
where
where'd you
get
get Daisy? She's right here.
Where did we get it? That was. Sorry, Daisy.
Oh, sorry, Daisy.
That was abrupt.
We got her from a breeder in Florida. And
I don't think that was really a breeder. It was just she was kind of a go-between.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't really know.
They're not.
where
I
she
don't
came
think they're
from.
around anymore. So it makes me. I don't know, but we love her.
And she's a Maltese, which is
she's a Maltese Yorkie.
Maltese Yorkie mix.
Which is
Did
a
I say she's
Morkie.
Maltese?
You said Maltese.
I'm dumb.
He's not. He's just, he's preoccupied.
But one of the key things we feel traveling with a pet is hypoallergenic. She doesn't shed.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She rarely talks back.
She only barks when somebody knocks on the door, and then she's crazy fierce. So look out if you knock on the door.
She's going to defend her property.
Okay.
When you added lithium batteries to your RV, did you have to stop your truck from trying to charge when towing? No, the charge from the stock 7-pin, the amperage is so low, it doesn't really charge. The drain from running stuff is a lot lower. Now it's a little bit different because we now have the Volta system, and we'll be getting into that more in the future. It's still not clear what levels, if any, right now Grand Design is going to offer that. So that may end up being just third-party aftermarket, at least initially.
I'm sorry, I wasn't even listening to you because I wanted to give a big thank you to Life Up Ahead, who just became a member. Woo-hoo. Thank you. That's awesome.
Where'd you see that member?
See? She just said it. Well, she just said it. Life Up Ahead just became a member.
Woo-hoo. We're up to 97. Yeah. A few more, and I'm gonna
have. And then I saw another one that said changing lanes logos on cornhole beanbags would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are awesome. I'm not listening to you at all. I was just reading what everybody else.
What's new?
Wait. That's not fair.
Well, see, I just don't listen in general. I don't listen to anybody.
Right.
What was the next one? Okay, that was the lithium batteries.
Yeah.
But if you do get lithium batteries from lead acid, you do want to make sure that your converter is updated and can handle charging lithium because it's a higher voltage for lithium.
How are we doing on time? Because we're
22 minutes in. We're good.
Okay.
So here we go. What device do you use now to monitor power and temperature for the RV for Daisy? I know you're using Marcel Pro, and and the Marcel is still great. We switched to Waggle to monitor that, and not because we didn't like Marcel. It's just because our Marcel was old 3G technology and it was being replaced, and we thought, let's try something different. A lot of the things that we're doing in this new RV are different brands or whatever, just because they're different and because we want to try different things.
Yeah.
And we don't like to recommend anything to you guys until we try it out, and so we're just trying new things. But we use the Waggle right now. And by the way, all the stuff we talk about, we'll have links down below. And that was the other one. That was that one.
Will you be posting a video on a new water filtration system for the RV?
Yes. We have a new system, and again, we're trying something new. Not because ClearSource was ClearSource was great. We loved it, but we have a new system from Mobile Must Have called Blue. Has the same flow properties, but it's a little smaller. So we're looking forward to trying that out.
So we'll see how that one works out. Oh, this is a good one. And I actually responded to Eddie in Facebook because it's been so long, but he wants to know the last time we rode the motorcycle. And we are going through some motorcycle withdrawal, but it's warming up hopefully soon in the mountains. So we are due. And I haven't had
the seals neglected.
I know. I feel so bad. So hopefully very soon, and hopefully we will have some motorcycle content then soon too.
Yes.
Because if you saw our last video, we're now closer to real time when it comes to sharing our travels with you in our videos. So that'll be exciting. I think we've got some Florida stuff to share with you, and then after that it's going to be much closer to real time. So it won't be as it's happening, of course, but you know.
Yeah, I can't do that. But.
No, no.
So next up, do you plan to offer any online classes sharing how you build your business, socials, Amazon store, etc.?
Nope.
No. It's hard enough to build a channel and run it and create content, and then to teach what you did on top of that. That's just too much. You know, we may, once we get the Discord up and running, if we have some tiers from people who want that kind of stuff, maybe we'll do something like that in our membership. It won't be anything formal. There won't be a class, but maybe some feedback, coaching, that kind of stuff. Okay. TBD. Roger. Hey, Roger. Roger's building a new place in Tennessee. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
And along
maybe
that,
we'd come visit.
Yeah. Get those pads set up, Roger. How has life changed since you have a home base now? Well, it's definitely different, but it's nice to have a place to go back to. I think it's especially going to be nice for projects.
And it's nice for me to get treatments and to have a home base and to have a facility somewhat nearby. It's not like right down the road, but you know, we can drive to it and I can get my treatments. And I think after 5 years of being in an RV full time for us, it was kind of time, but mainly because I've just, my health has actually been declining, and I think that I need a home base to try to get better. And so as much as we still will be traveling a lot, this was just, I think everybody's RV life is different, and your journey is different, and this just, health issues are going to happen, at some point to everybody. So this was just how we decided to deal with it. But
yeah, and if you're thinking about full-time RV, there's always the question of, do you get rid of the house? What do you do? It's such an individual decision.
Yeah, but I mean, we're thrilled. We love our cabin. It's been great, but we love getting.
It's made of wood.
We love getting into the RV too. So I think we gotta kind of.
Yeah, pick it up.
We gotta pick it up.
Any issues with the bike, rig, and with bike and rig and truck with campgrounds that only allow 2 vehicles? We've never had any trouble.
No, we haven't. I mean. And we never try to just get away with stuff. Like we always.
Yeah, we've been to a few where the motorcycle riding was restricted to just in and out, but a lot of them don't count it as a separate vehicle.
Yeah, so. I think each campground's different, but I mean, we don't worry about that very much.
And if they do have rules on that, it's probably going to be on their website. Always check the campground rules before you go.
Yeah.
We always check because we want to make sure they have quiet hours, because we like quiet hours.
This is an interesting one.
Oh yeah, so do you have any idea why the specs changed on the Grand Design website? We're looking forward to all the surprises when it arrives. When we ordered, it said 44.1. Now it says 46.8. The prototype had the tankless, but looks like some are getting the.
Okay.
There's a bunch of changes.
We're just going to do that first paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we did speak with the product manager, Chase, and he said that they typically do their measurements from the pin to the tail.
From pin to tail,
and that's how they got that.
Yeah, and now they're doing it from tip to tail.
Yeah,
because
from tip to tail, I guess. Yeah.
And we need to measure ours because we want to know exactly.
Because I'm like 46.8. That's crazy.
That's
but so that's where those numbers are coming from.
Let's see, that was that.
And then he had asked about the tankless water heater too, and that is something that they are now doing in production, and that is why the toilet seat has been able to be pushed back further and give you more leg room in the Lube, as we call it, in the toilet closet.
Ours is maybe that far from the wall, and it could definitely go back a little.
So that's what they're doing now.
We haven't had any trouble.
No.
And one thing we've noticed getting into this new RV is that you really, and it's probably true with any RV, you modify your behavior to fit the RV.
And we had to do that for the first one,
and
now we have to modify it again for this one. And I think that's how it's going to be with any RV. And then you get used to how you've modified your behavior, and then when you get into a new RV, you've got to switch it up again, and then it's a little bit different for a bit.
And when I say that, I mean like, maybe you sit down, then close the door.
Are you going to reenact how you sit down on the toilet?
I'm doing it right now. Mary Beth, question: how do you like the rug up step covers? We're about to buy some. Figured we'd ask. I did answer her on this already, but we love them. We had them on our last RV. We've got them on our new one. They're great.
She's done with me.
Daisy likes them because
She's
she
done with
doesn't
me.
like going up and down those
Yeah.
metal stairs.
No, in fact, I got treads, not those, but I got some custom treads for our staircase back there because they were wood and she can't go up and
See
down
'em?
them.
No, you can't see them.
Well, you can't see them, but you can see the steps.
Do you have jack pops in your new 410? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we do. And we haven't had a chance to add that anti-stiction fluid yet, but we're going to. If you have that, it's basically you're in your RV and all of a sudden pop, and the RV shakes a little bit. And I don't know what it is. The jacks are settling. I'm not sure what it is, but there is an anti-stiction fluid. If you go search our website for jack pop, you'll find the information on what you can use for that and how to put it in, all of that good stuff. Has your control panel been moved or is it still behind the slide? Yes, it has been moved. I think we talked about that a little bit. And is there a difference between your first fifth wheel and your new fifth wheel when pulling? Not really.
I don't see any difference.
I really don't feel any different at all. It's a little bit longer. You know, I've already wrecked the new one, as you probably already saw in the video, but that's been fixed, by the way, when we were down in Florida.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got that boo-boo fixed up. So
And-
I think,
Yep.
gotta,
Yep. On your previous rig, before you upgraded the axles, did you have the Dexter Easy Lube? And did you use that system or did you stop and hand pack the bearings? You know, it's kind of a funny story because the Dexter Easy Lube is neat, but you'll get all kinds of controversial feedback on that online because if you don't use it right, you can blow out that seal, and obviously that's a big problem. I tried to film doing axle maintenance, and I did the Easy Lube, and I showed it, and the GoPro kept cutting off. And I've tried to film it like 3 times, and I've had no luck. But the long story short is, the Dexter Easy Lube, if you're very gentle and hand pump it and know what you're doing, you know, that can be okay. But the best way is to pull the wheel, pull the bearings, put new seals on and repack it by hand. That's just the best way to go. Then you know, I put it on, it's in there.
and how often should they do something like that?
I would say once a year.
That's what I thought too.
Which really
That's kind
means,
of a maintenance thing, right?
that's pretty important. And before we move on to the questions here, I am out of beer.
Well,
I can't have that.
we can't have that. You want some tea?
No, that's right.
Oh, wow.
awesome.
The service here is fantastic.
Service, I can't. You know, we didn't tell you that we
Wait
had
a minute,
servants.
but Stacy, where's mine?
He'll drink it.
Oh,
So if you haven't guessed,
Phil
we
drank
have
Tara, so-
we have special guests joining us for the second half of our Q&A.
surprise! Phil, come on in.
Bring them on
Come
over. Bring them on
in.
over. Get your beers.
Are we in? Are we in for
You know how hard it is to be
1
quiet
second
in the
while we
background?
can? I know. Yeah, yeah. So is this a good surprise or what?
We are having a blast, that's for sure.
These two are sitting in our guest room / office /
Green room.
waiting patiently.
Tara said more than once, Phil and Stacy are in the house, and we literally are in the
the
house.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. I want to see what's going on here in the. Here we go.
Oh, let me.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not. Oh, new comments. So click down here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, look,
go.
somebody spotted me.
Yeah, yeah.
Miss Judy did.
So we thought it would be fun because Phil and Stacy are camping at Camp Changing Lanes right now with us, and we thought it'd be great to surprise you all and have them answer the rest of these questions with us.
That's right.
Awesome. That was fun.
And before we get going, what have you guys have been up to a lot with RV Unplugged, and
Hey, if you guys haven't checked that out, check that out.
yeah, that's so much fun. It's such a cool, different twist on RVing. Do you want to say anything about it?
Oh yeah, it was a total blast. Phil and I are competing with some teams, so it's Team Red against Team Blue.
Who wins?
Tune in to see.
That's right, you got to see every episode,
And
and
hey-
then you'll find out.
And you know, Howard and Caitlin with New State
Yes.
Nomads, who are helping us out as moderators,
Team
they
Blue.
are also in RV Unplugged.
That's
so,
right. They're on Phil's team.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I do forgive them for that.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot
So
of
is
fun.
Venturesome Couple.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
here too, and it really, the best way to describe it is amazing race and RVers all mixed in together. So
Yeah.
it's a little competition, a little community, and a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had an absolute blast filming this, and we hope that it puts a good spin on the RV lifestyle and the community,
Yeah.
and the things that you can do while you're out traveling the country.
And you know what I found really fun? It's no surprise to me, but you could tell that as competitive as some of them are, they also they don't want to turn on each
That's
other.
right.
They don't want to vote anybody out. They don't like it is a community, and I think that's fantastic. And it just
We're
speaks
midway
to-
through. We're midway through episode 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So we don't know.
So we
who
don't.
got-
I
So
know there's someone.
nobody share in the comments.
Yeah, don't
so
say it.
No
Don't say it.
spoilers.
No
Don't
spoilers.
say it. One Strange Adventure. Harold and Cindy, thank you
Hey
so
guys,
much.
how's it going?
You guys are awesome.
But definitely jump
sorry.
over, check it out. Sorry, it's RV Unplugged on YouTube is where you can find it. We're having a blast. It is all about community. We made some really great friendships there, and these
Absolutely.
friendships will go forever. And it's a community, it really is. So it was a great time, and I hope everyone sees that through the videos.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we are enjoying it a lot. Do you
Yeah.
have, you guys are doing Keys to Canada this year, right?
Well, we are. We kind of took
Trying.
a detour to come over to Camp Changing Lanes,
Well, that's
but
kind of on the,
It's on the way.
well, kind of sort
not
of,
too
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
We don't have to be on the coast. We're still going north.
Yeah.
But we did have a great time in the Keys where we started. And we all know that Key West is, or I should say Dry Tortugas is west of Key West. We know that. We
yeah.
said south.
Okay, you said south.
We said
Southwest,
south. But
well, you know.
we had a blast there at a good starting point to start coming up north. And we hope you'll follow us along on our adventures.
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way to Newfoundland. We're taking the ferry over. We're taking Ruby. So
Exciting
We're
times.
very excited about Nova Scotia and all of that. So
That was
That's
that was
awesome.
our plan in 2020, and we all know what happened in
We
2020.
know what happened there.
a lot of
We'll
wrenches
let you know how
thrown
it
that
goes.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Let us
We'll
know.
take good notes.
And hey, you guys, you may just know these two as You, Me, and the RV, but if you can't find them on YouTube, that's because they've changed their name to Today is Sunday. And
Yes.
so go check them out there.
Today is someday.
Yes.
Please come over and give us some love. The name change has kind of
It's-
dinged us a little bit,
Yeah.
but you know we're still the same crazy RVing couple.
No, speak for yourself.
Okay, I'm still crazy.
You've always been crazy.
And we did see a comment in there about Stacy and her face from face planting. She's
Oh.
alive and well. You could see it was really soft sand.
Yeah, I got a little sand in you know
Everywhere.
some places, and the camera got hit pretty good, but it was fine. It was
Glad-
a little embarrassing.
I'm glad
but
you
fine.
survived. Well, we got to put those embarrassing moments
right.
in there, you guys,
The good,
because
the bad, and the ugly.
that's the
Yeah.
best part.
Before we jump to the questions, yeah.
We have not yet thanked Paul Verkijk. Is that I'm probably messing it up big
Just
time.
Paul, just Paul.
Paul, thank you so much for your very generous super sticker. That was awesome.
Harold and Cindy.
Yeah, Harold and Cindy, they're fantastic people. If you haven't checked out One Strange Adventure, go check them out. And David Childers, thank you so much for your generous super chat. Super chat. So now let's keep answering some of your questions, but we're going to get responses from Class A owners and from fifth wheel owners, so it'll be good.
Trailer
go.
people.
Oh yeah.
And actually,
What
this is
was-
a perfect
yeah.
segue.
What was your ultimate decision factor when choosing your RV? Thor looks like they put out a beautiful toy hauler in a Class A, so what drew you to a truck and trailer? Number one, they didn't have those when we were shopping, but we've looked at those,
Yeah,
and they just weren't quite the same as an actual toy hauler or fifth wheel.
it wasn't quite as spacious as
Yeah.
when you walk into a toy hauler fifth wheel and it's all this open space. But for us, we were going to go with a Class A diesel, and because we wanted to take the motorcycle, it was going to be quite pricey.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get going sooner rather than later, so we started looking at fifth wheels instead, and we're thrilled that we did, and we haven't regretted it since. And then you guys chose your RV.
The motorhome. We really wanted to have a smaller tow car. We didn't want the big truck driving through town all the time. We wanted everything more compact in one space. I wanted to be able to get up and go to the fridge if I wanted to, and not have to pack a cooler. So
Yeah.
really, it's a personal decision,
It
but
is.
I do think the Class A toy haulers are some of the smallest as far as storage
Yeah.
and space. It really is compact.
And
Yeah.
until recently, they were all gas too. But now I think Newmar Canyons or something.
I think Newmar has a
has a diesel now.
Yeah.
It's a front diesel.
Yeah,
Almost
and-
like a Super C.
You know, a couple years ago, well, a few years ago now, we all did a video together.
Oh, yeah.
That was, fifth wheel versus Class A, and we have our take and they have theirs, so you can go check those out.
Yeah.
We
And
did
it is
it.
a totally
And we
different
switched
spin.
drivers. You,
We
drove,
did.
you pulled the
Yes.
RV, I drove
Yeah.
the Class A.
It's
Yeah.
called changing keys.
Trading spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just reaffirmed my decision on a Class A. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Phil
will-
wants a sandwich.
And I will say that you guys could probably get set up, break down and get moving, and we would still be like disconnecting our sewer hose.
Yeah.
We've got it down.
Yeah.
We've got it down to about 20 minutes where we can break down if we have to get out in a hurry.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say though, getting the motorcycle out and transforming the garage space
Your
into
office.
office is the bulk of
Right.
that.
It is. It's a big.
And that's the
process.
sacrifice we make because my office is our kitchen table.
Yeah.
And my monitor looks minuscule compared to theirs because they have the space for all this. So it is a trade-off. You decide what your priorities are when you make your decision.
Everything's a trade-off.
Yep.
Yes.
in
Oh,
an RV.
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, you want this thing over here? You're gonna have to get rid of this.
Yes, absolutely. Just like when you're buying a house, you have
Yeah.
to make compromises.
What would be your top 5 or 10 questions to ask a dealer when buying an RV? I have one question that will cover all of them.
Probably the same as mine.
Inspector.
Yes.
It's not really a question. It's more of a, I'm going to have an inspector come take a look at this. And, before we sign the paperwork and finalize it, get an inspector, even if it's a new RV,
Absolutely.
because there are so many dials and knobs and bells and whistles and things to check. And there's
And if
no
they
way you
have
can
a
do it all.
problem with that,
Walk away.
I would walk away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they'll probably tell you, oh, we have our own inspectors.
Oh.
But obviously they do. They work for the company that's trying to sell it. So
Yeah.
if they will not bring it in, those little hairs, if they stick out on the back of your neck, listen to them and move on.
Yeah.
What's an
And
inspection run? About
Depends on the
Well,
RV.
depends on the RV.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Class A diesel motorhome, probably $1,200 to $1,500.
well worth it.
Well worth it. A fifth wheel, kind of like yours set up, probably close to $1,000. And it just depends on the type of RV it is and location, really.
Yeah.
And they do have both the RVTAA and RVIA, did I get that right? Have locators. So for the RVTA, I don't know, for the inspectors, you can find an
Yes.
inspector online. Too many acronyms, man.
Yeah, and it's a great system to go and find a RV inspector in your area using that locator.
Yep.
And remember, just because they're selling RVs doesn't mean they've ever used one,
Oh.
lived in one. They are salesmen first. They are not RVers first. So
Also-
be careful asking all those questions.
Right, and also don't just take their word for, your truck will pull that.
Oh, definitely.
That's a
Classic.
real
Yes.
you've got to do your own research on that
Absolutely.
because that's just a safety issue
Yeah.
at this point. And we know,
Yes.
we know for sure that there have been plenty of times that people have been told that truck will pull it, and it is not the right truck
Great
for that.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great point.
understand the specs before you do that. There's a lot to learn, but do it. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Will you ever stop running out of places to take your RV? I don't think.
Never.
Yeah, I mean, we're still going to be traveling.
Yeah.
5 years, we'll probably still be in camp changing lanes. But no, we have no end in sight. We've barely scratched the surface in our
Yeah.
5 years of full timing.
There's so much
Yeah.
left to see.
Yeah.
Like
Even the places we've already
and
been.
places we want to go back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
You
so much we
scratch them
haven't
off
seen.
and you add more on the bottom.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And that's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we have yet to get to the Pacific Northwest. We have yet to we were gonna go to to
UP.
Michigan's UP last year, but then with the new rig and then the cabin, we had to cancel all those reservations. We were gonna go into Canada. COVID happened,
Life
so
Yeah.
life happens,
Yeah.
and we just will save it for another time.
That's right.
What e-bikes did you get, and do you like them? Are there any downfalls to them?
Yeah.
Don't say fall.
What
There
bike?
is downfall sometimes.
Yeah, literal falls.
Yeah.
We
This
have
one.
we have electric, and we've had 3 versions of electric. We are now on the XP lights, and I like those because they're light.
And they're a little bit smaller, so they fit in the back of our truck better.
Yeah, we don't have to fold them; they just go right in like this.
He puts ours in the back seat of our truck and
Yeah.
then wraps them up with blankets to
they
make
don't-
sure they don't scratch up stuff.
And so they don't rattle. Well, what do you guys use?
We
guys
have
are
the
still-
electric as well. We've had 5 of their bikes. We have the 3.0 now and the X Premium, the dual battery. Love them both. More importantly, we love the company,
Yeah.
Yeah.
their customer service, the support, the product. We believe in them. Just a great bike overall.
Yeah.
I think they're all really good bikes. The only thing I would say about the light is if you're always on sand, dirt, gravel, it might not be the right bike for you because it's
Tires are
very
smaller.
light,
Yeah.
very narrow tires. But
2
if
inch
you're,
versus 3 inch.
Yeah.
If you're on pavement, those bikes are amazing.
Were you on the light in the sand?
No,
No.
she was on the 3.0 and
No.
she bid it.
We rode our lights. We rode our lights around Key West, and it does okay on packed sand and gravel.
Yes,
and,
anything
and,
hard
and,
packed,
and
yeah.
grass, but maybe not real soft sand. For
Yeah.
sure.
And they're really great for the solo RVer out there that's space constrained and they can't lift a 70-pound bike.
Yeah.
Like some of
These
the
are like
electrics.
40 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really nice.
Did you see this? Bruce says General RV will charge $180 per hour to have the inspector look at your RV. So if you're paying for the inspector, they're going to charge
They're
you.
going to charge you $180 to have them on their
And,
lot.
and a motorhome would be a good 8 hours for a good
Yeah,
inspection.
I'm
out.
If
I'm out.
if that's the case, that's
That's a
wrong.
rip.
Yeah,
That's wrong.
that's a negotiation point.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We followed you for a year and inspired us with the 410, which just arrived at the dealership in upstate New York today.
Oh,
Congrats!
that's so exciting.
We'll be traveling to play. We're getting to the question here.
Yeah.
Do you have any states that you prefer to boondock where RV size permits over choosing a campground?
That's a good question.
You guys
Everywhere.
boondock
You
more than us.
boondock a lot more than us, but out west is easier to
Out
find.
west is
Yes.
easier because there's more places and the weather is more conducive to it.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure.
Like
For
we
sure.
love Utah. We love every place we've been in Colorado.
Oh, amazing.
I mean, there's so much awesomeness.
California has
Out
some
there.
outside
Great
Yosemite,
word. Awesomeness.
Awesomeness.
Love it.
outside
Yes.
Yellowstone.
Awesomeness.
There's a
Yeah.
ton.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesomeness.
Awesomeness.
Have you ever been camping in a bad storm with trees all around, and what do you do to protect yourself from a tree falling on your rig?
No. Just
So
kidding.
I think number one is know your storm shelter in
Yes.
your campground.
Absolutely.
Find that first.
When you check in, yeah.
Didn't that just happen the other day?
It may happen.
They were
When
camp-
we checked into this campground, they didn't get
We
any
didn't get a full
brief
check-in.
on a storm shelter.
I mean, we kind of thought it was just, you
Yeah.
know, we didn't
We
have
didn't
to
get
say
the
you could
full
come to the
check-in.
cabin, but then we had a bad storm.
I didn't even.
I don't know.
I slept through
The
it.
guy
Same
slept.
here.
The guy
yeah, they
slept
didn't hear
through it.
a thing.
Tara's texting Stacy at 4 a.m. You guys can come in the
I
house
was
if you
awake
want.
all night worried about these guys. They're like,
Fine, we were
okay,
fine.
okay.
And I woke up in the morning and said, "What storm?"
But yeah, but we do have, but to the
Yeah.
point about storms, because we are like in the beginning of storm season, we do have a storm preparedness video that we will
Yes.
link in
Good idea.
the description below, because there's a lot of things that you can do to just like, for me, that's one of my least favorite things about living in an RV is when those storms come up, because they scare me
Yeah.
so much, because especially with tornadoes, you know, hurricanes, you know about them ahead of time, you can get out.
Yeah.
Tornadoes and stuff, you don't
Yeah.
have
You
time.
don't have a lot of time,
Yeah.
right?
And
You know, I
it's
mean,
scary.
You need to be
Well,
prepared.
severe weather they've gotten so much better at predicting at least that there's going to be severe weather. So, you know, whenever you know there's storms coming, have a go bag and know where to go.
Yep, go bag. We always do that.
Have a
Yeah.
go bag.
Great point.
More of a content creation question. This comes down to how do you balance recording footage with just enjoying the moment?
That's so funny.
You all want to take this one, or
Wow. Well,
It is a tough balance because you do want to be in the moment, and sometimes you do. It's like it is a job. I mean, for us, really. I mean, we're working at it 60 hours a week sometimes. So putting that camera down when we're in a really cool place, we actually do that a lot.
Yeah.
We're actually at a point right now where we have no footage. So I don't know what's happening next week.
so
because we put it down a lot.
Yeah, we shoot with a purpose. We were told it early on, shoot with a purpose. And we were also told, don't live behind the lens of your camera. So if you're looking through here, you're going to miss everything. So we do record with a purpose so that we can enjoy what we're out there to do.
and we probably do the exact opposite.
Yeah. Well, we do okay, but for us at least the filming part is the easy part.
Well, okay, so the filming part, I'll say, if we're out having fun and adventuring, to me is
The work part.
isn't the work that's not that much. Like
Compared to the
I'm okay with
editing
that.
and all the
is
stuff, all
The
the
sitting down and
post-production.
having to do like talking about, let's say we have a video that's like what you're working on with the updated internet, stuff like that, and filming those. That isn't fun. Those aren't fun to
No.
film. But
Yeah.
when we're out and about having fun, that's really not that bad for, I don't think. But there are plenty of times where I stop filming and I'm like, just take in this moment.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't know when you're going to come back here, and so
Absolutely.
you got to make sure that you're at least soaking it in.
Yeah.
All right, we're good to see here. Run away with the Clarks.
Oh, no.
Hey guys!
When are you going to see our boat?
go.
You two
hopefully-
saw them already.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was so fun.
We've seen them twice now on the boat.
Their
and the
boat is amazing.
beautiful.
We definitely want to check out
Yeah.
your boat
These
for
are
sure.
friends of theirs that we became friends with through them, and they went from fifth wheel to boat life. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Okay,
Living the
Tara,
dream.
you have to say this, guys.
Oh, there you go.
Torben Lundenskrog.
You said it perfectly.
What do you do for a living?
You're looking at it.
You're looking at it. Yeah, we do this channel for a living. Now that you know,
I think
it's you can't build a channel and put out
Yeah.
videos every week without working on it full
All the
time.
time.
Yeah.
We work more now than we did in our quote real jobs. So,
Yes.
you know, and I think our audience is sort of mixed on knowing that and also thinking that we're just on vacation all the time. You know, and so it's so much more work than we ever even imagined. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. We knew it was going to be a lot of work, but we didn't realize how much.
Yeah, we love it. We love creating content that you guys
Absolutely.
find useful.
Yeah.
Whether it's for entertainment, seeing where we go, or whether it's the how-to stuff. I love. It's such a pain in the ass to film a project because it takes 5 times as long.
Yes.
But the end result is so worth it, and we love doing it.
Yes.
So we gotta
We've
talk
got
about
10 we got 10
we gotta
minutes left.
talk
We
about
got
our
giveaways.
giveaways.
Oh, here we go.
So let's see here.
While you're queuing those up, I've seen several people ask if we're going to the Grand Design National Rally this year, and you think so?
Yeah.
I think so. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's the plan.
As of
anyway.
now, yes, but
Unless health things get in the way, yeah.
Yeah.
So the giveaway is real easy, guys. I'm going to go over 5 of them, and you'll get to all 5 through our website. If you go up here to live streams and you click on this, you'll see there are, of course, this is the link to this live stream you're watching now, so you don't have to worry about that. We have 5 giveaways here, and I'm going to go down. These are in alphabetical order. More Ride is giving away a safety rail. If you've seen this on our RV, this thing is great. This thing just slides up and pops right against the side of the RV. We like that so much better than the flip out.
Yeah, the
flip out
flippy.
one.
They can't see me, but I'm doing Vanna.
Also, let me yeah. Also, what you'll see here is each of these giveaways has entries and points, right? So you'll sign in with your email, and then you can do each of these actions, and it'll increase your chances to win by the number over here.
Those are the amount of entries it
Right.
gives you.
One of these is share with a friend. Oh, so I have to enter first. If you click to share with a friend, you'll get a link. If you share that with your friend and then they enter, you get 2 points on top of your 2 points
Oh,
for
that's
sharing
cool.
it.
Now, some people are going to say, "What if I'm already subscribed to your channel? What if I already follow you or whatever?"
Right here. If you've already completed the
I
action.
know.
So yeah, if you've already subscribed, and you're going to see there's a repeat of a lot of the actions in each of these. So just click on them and do them. You'll get the points. Next up is Mother of Macros giveaway. We've been using these meals.
I'm going to interject here because I recently did a little short video on
know why this
YouTube
is
and
chopped off.
on Instagram and Facebook, and I talked about this meal delivery program. And this company, Zach and Alyssa, they are RV owners, which is so cool. And they had reached out when we did our last live stream, which I believe was back when we were in a hotel room in Indiana. Remember? And we did, and I was talking about that we were using the factor meals, and those were getting a little old, and I didn't really care for it any much. And so they reached out and said, "We'd love for you to try our food." And so we have over the past several months. And I'll tell you what, I look at that. I get to eat ho-hos and donuts, and I'm going to send you guys home with a
What do I
ho-ho.
sign
Oh, hold on. It was off.
Yeah.
It was off the screen.
Oh,
I
you
think,
didn't show them?
well, it was cut off, so I was.
You gotta show them pictures.
there.
So they reached out and said, "Hey, we'd love to do a giveaway on your live stream." And so I think it's a great way for somebody who's interested to get to try their meals. And so they do pre-made actual meals like I don't know. I'm just gonna throw out like enchiladas or something that's already made. And then they also do bulk foods like the salmon that you saw or the grass-fed beef. And it's in bulk, and they do vegetables and all this stuff. And I like that because everything's frozen, which is better than when they come just refrigerated, because then you have to eat them all within a few days. It's so far we've been loving it, and I love that all their ingredients are they're fresh, and there's no bad stuff in it. Everything's good and healthy, and it just feels good when you're eating it, and you can feel good about eating like a donut or a cookie or something. So it's awesome.
And if you don't win, you want to check it out. We'll have links below. I think what's our link? Our code good for?
Changing Lanes good for 10% off your first order, but their giveaway is $200 worth of food for you to try. So it's
$200
amazing.
gift card.
Thank you.
Who doesn't
Thank you
feel
guys.
good eating ho-hos?
I
know,
mean,
right?
Man,
and it's gluten free.
Get in
It's
my belly.
amazing.
Next up, I don't know why these are cutting off when I share. when I share the window, it's doing something
Well,
weird here.
they don't care. Get on
Yeah.
it.
Oh, let me see. Oh, here it is. Now it's loaded. So the next up is RV airflow. So if you saw, we did a recent video combining the RV airflow and the RV AC silencer. We had RV airflow in our last RV. We love it. They're giving away 2 kits. So 2 winners will win an RV airflow. And
those things are amazing. I mean, I have not seen a single like negative comment from anybody that has installed them in their RV, and everybody's just thrilled about them once they get them in there. So that's amazing.
Next up, another one of our favorite products that we've had since the beginning is RV Snap Pads. So RV Snap Pads is giving away a set up to 6 snap pads. Obviously, it'll depend on the type of RV you have, and yeah, same deal. Go in, enter, and we'll make the drawing and let you know if you won.
Real quick, I want to interject, and I want to say, and I'm so sorry that I forgot to mention, but our friends, Mother of Macros, they're in the chat right now. So if you have questions, they're, while we're still going, go ahead and ask them, because they're in there and they can answer if you have some questions. Otherwise, I can answer questions if you want to shoot us a message.
And next up, let me go back to the browser.
We have
Lots of
another
buttons,
one? We have
lots of
another
buttons.
one?
We have one more.
Ooh.
Techno RV and Gas Stop are paired up here. So Techno RV is going to give away 2 sets. So there'll be 2 winners of this one. They'll win a gas stop setup. And that includes, of course, a gas stop for each of your propane tanks. Most are going to have 2. If you're in a Class A, of course, you may just have 1. Also, if you get the ones for the fifth wheel or trailer, they have some new braided hoses with a 90-degree thing on the end. I think they patented it or something, didn't they? So that you can actually, it makes it a little bit easier, especially if you have taller tanks, to get that gas stop on and then the thing on like this.
I saw our awesome moderators have been sending us a bunch of questions that we're clearly not going to get to all of them.
We've got 4 minutes. Let's knock them out.
Somebody asked if RV Airflow has partnered with Grand Design, and yes, they have. I don't know if every model of theirs comes with it, but I know like the Solitudes and Momentums all come with one RV Airflow in the main AC.
Yeah, I think it may be all systems. I'm not sure. And you know how the RV industry is. We're going to tell you they're in there, and then next week it's going to change. So you just never know. But yeah, they are partnering with them, and as you might have seen in our last video.
And then it seems like people have questions about our membership program, and it's just the basic YouTube membership, like right here on YouTube. And there's a welcome video that basically says, "Thank you for joining. You don't get anything." That sounds horrible, but so what we set this up for is because we have so many awesome people that reach out and say, "We want to help you. We want to you guys have been so helpful. We like to give you money or something. I don't know." But so we set this up, and it's basically like, join this, and then when we get to a certain amount of members, then we can look into doing a Discord page, a private community. We do eventually want to build up our community because our community of followers is amazing. But when we tried it before, it was a lot of work, and for a sickie like me, it was just it was overwhelming, and I didn't feel like I could give enough to make it worth your while.
Yeah, so we've just got a real basic entry-level tier right now.
Yeah.
But
we do answer your questions first.
Yep.
Like, we do make sure that if you ask us a question on YouTube, that we get to your question, because a lot of times they get lost in the comments, right? Because we get a lot of questions and comments on YouTube.
I keep a separate tab open with just member questions, and I refresh it a couple times a day, and we always try to jump on those.
And we also will give you their cell phone number.
That's right.
And when you call, I'll let you know where we're at.
Oh, double burn.
I knew I liked you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. So you see if there's a...
And again, on that, we're going to grow it out slowly and add some features later on this year. But, it looks like we're going to probably hit the 100 mark soon. So there'll be a Discord channel coming soon.
Yep. Well, somebody asked...
Discord channel. I think it's called a server, right?
Server.
Even though it's really not a server.
It's amazing. You're going to love it.
They have a really great community going as well. So
we're hoping to build our community out this year.
We got a question. I don't know who asked these questions from our moderators, but somebody wanted to know if it's poor etiquette to have wind chimes at your site.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, we
it
don't
depends.
like it. We don't like it.
We were camped next to somebody one time, and it was windy.
And they were wind
And they
chimes
were
like
giant.
this. I'm
They
not
had like
kidding. Yeah.
5 foot tall wind chimes
And
hanging.
it's, you know, I mean, I think if you
a personal thing.
it's a personal thing. It might not bother everybody. I think it, like, for somebody like me who's noise sensitive, that it does get a
At
little
least
bit
take
irritating.
them down at night, please.
Yeah.
And keep me awake.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
I cannot sleep.
I wouldn't want to do that to my neighbors, but you know, that's up to you, I guess. When is our next meet and greet? Don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
I mean,
That's what we're doing right now, right?
we're
Meeting
meeting.
and greeting.
yeah.
Do you guys have anything coming up that you want to talk about?
We
You
don't
do
have
all of
anything
your
planned.
meetups and stuff with
No.
your
Mainly
members.
with the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have one where we're going to plan for Raleigh. We just left one in Tucson.
Yeah, we
so
were at the Escapades. We had a little mini one there, so we
it's
do them
hard.
impromptu.
It's
Yeah.
hard when the channels grow this big. Honestly, you know, especially Changing Lanes is even bigger than us. At this point, you would either have to be at an RV show or you'd have to rent a venue. You can't just do an open call meetup because too many people would come and there's really not enough space at most locations.
We got
so.
we got the finger wave at a place that we did that at. We just kind of said, "Hey, we're going to be here. If you're here, show up." And whoo,
Yeah.
did they?
Yeah.
And you know, you start filling in a venue that's not rated
Yeah.
for that many people there. Then they start getting in trouble with the fire marshal and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
And
So-
then it goes several hours longer
Right.
than
yes,
you
yes.
know. We did that once.
Yes.
Somebody asked if we had any advice about visiting Grand Design, and I'm not sure what you mean. They do offer factory tours, so I recommend you do that one.
They're really
do
cool,
that.
yeah.
They're really great, and you can ask a lot of questions there. But everybody at Grand Design is awesome, so they'll take good care of you. So no wind chimes, no wind chimes.
Deborah, no wind chimes.
No wind
I
chimes.
saw that in the chat. There were a lot of people that said nope.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just seeing if there's anything else.
It's 8:00. Get one more in.
You guys did great.
I know your timing
Kept
is.
right on.
It's already
Never.
done. It's already. Oh, somebody wants to know when we are doing RV Unplugged next.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. You
when
might
you're
have to stay tuned.
asking about things like meetups, and it's tough for us to commit to things with Tara's health because we just don't know. If we commit to RV Unplugged, we were supposed to be involved in it this time
Yeah.
around, and then stuff came up with her health and with the cabin and all that stuff this
Yeah.
year, so we had to not do it. It's difficult for us to make
Yeah,
commitments.
it's hard, and that's why we don't do that many
Yeah.
meetups and stuff. Because I would hate to have something big planned and then I wake up with a migraine
Yeah.
or something.
If we
Even
do-
today, I woke up with I've been dealing with this headache all day, but I had to sit. I sat in the sauna. I had an Epsom salt bath. I've had any
Detox.
supplement and stuff that you could think of just so I could sit here and chat with you guys. So every day is a little different, especially while I'm going through the
Dang, you
treatment.
had a sauna? I think I'm gonna have a migraine.
I do.
tomorrow.
I have a
Coming on. I
portable.
need to go sit in the sauna.
I have a portable sauna that's upstairs right now, but I actually take it in the RV too. It's pretty cool. I'll show you guys.
That is awesome.
If
Yeah.
any of you are old school Star Trek fans, Star Trek fans,
Oh, yeah.
and you know what Captain Pike looked like in his little wheelchair with his little head sticking out? That's what she looks like in the sauna.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could show you a picture of it. But yeah, let me see. But yeah, I just saw that Zach and Alyssa from Mother of Macros wants to be in RV Unplugged.
We might know some
Oh,
people.
you might. You
We
be
might
you
know some
careful what you
people.
wish for.
Yeah, we might.
Hey guys, you want to see something? There's me in my sauna.
Here.
I don't know, but don't be careful because it's
Oh,
Well, wait.
You can't see
Okay.
it.
Okay, can you see?
What happened?
Well, I don't know. That's my
all
little.
white.
That's my little
That's
head.
just her head sticking
Anyhow,
out.
that's my little head sticking out of the sauna.
yeah, that's
Anyhow, we're
We'll post it online.
That's right.
I might. You never know. Well, listen, we want to thank our awesome moderators. These two we were trying to fool you with these guys, but they were actually moderating for us in the
We
beginning.
were.
And so New State Nomads, again, check them out for all of their national park tours coming up this year. And then our awesome VA Chris is in the house, and our friends Scott and Christina from Our Epic Field Trip have also been helping out. You guys have been amazing. All you guys in the chat have been amazing. Everybody watching is amazing. You're amazing.
You're amazing.
You're
You're
amazing.
Amazing.
Daisy's amazing.
Guys, thank you so much for watching us, for joining us, and
Don't forget to subscribe to us and to them.
or surprise.
And
Today and
surprise.
Sunday.
All
And
right.
surprise us.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna get going.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bring on the ho-hos.
Oh yeah, let's get some.
Oh, where's my end screen? There's my end screen.